Hello friends, welcome to my channel Fundamentals of Engineering. In this session, we are going to see what is the need for a comparator. As we are having many more measuring instruments, but in industry for when they are doing the mass production, they are using this instrument as comparator. Why there is a need of this comparator, that we are going to see. Hope you are liking my videos, you are getting all the information from my videos. If you want more information, please subscribe my channel, click on bell icon to get more notifications. In this session, we will see why there is a need for a comparator. If measuring instruments are there, instead of that we are using this comparator, that we are going to see. So for linear measurements, we are using all these line standard and edge standard instruments like tape, scale, then vernier caliper, micrometer. But instead of that, we are using this comparator because if we see in a mass production, we are making identical component parts on a very large scale. To achieve the interchangeability of this part should be produced to a close dimensional tolerances. As a result, inspection is often more concerned with the dimensional variations from the standard or basic dimension of the part. To this extent, inspection becomes a process of comparing manufactured part to the master part, which is developed by the designer. The use of vernier caliper, micrometer, etc. will not be feasible because of the skill involved and the time required to measure the dimensions. So, use of comparator requires little or no skill for the operator, eliminates human elements for taking measurement and gives quick and highly consistent results. So, in the linear measurements, we are measuring the dimensions of a part by part. So all the dimensions we have to measure one by one, and these dimensions you have to check whether they are with the designer component dimensions or not. That we are going to check by using linear measurement. But if it is possible to check the dimensions for the part when they are manufactured in a small lot, so these identical parts which are manufactured in small lot, then all the dimensions can be measured by this linear measurement instrument. That will be feasible. But in mass production, we are making huge lot of parts with the identical dimensions. There, if we are using this linear measuring instrument, then it will be difficult to get the parts which are measured very accurately. Also, the time required for measuring dimensions for each part, that will be difficult. So to overcome that, we are using comparator. So in mass production, we are making identical parts of the same dimensions, and all these dimensions we have to check whether they are as per the designer component dimensions or not. So instead of linear measuring instrument, we are using comparator. So comparator is a device which is used to compare the dimensions of a given component with a working standard. So it is comparing the dimensions with a working standard. Normally we are using slip gauges to build that working standard dimension. So it does not measure the actual dimension but indicates how much it differs from the basic dimensions. So the indicated difference is usually small, hence suitable magnification device is provided to measure the difference with consistent accuracy. So in mass production, we are getting the identical parts with the same dimensions. If we are using measuring instrument, then it will be difficult to get parts measurement with a stimulated time. So it requires more skill also. So to overcome that, the comparator is used, in which whatever the part dimensions are there, that will be set by the working standard, normally slip gauges, how to build the dimensions for slip gauges. You can see this video in the link of that in the description box and suggestion box. There you have to build the dimensions and you have to set the comparator with that dimension, and based on that you have to insert only part by part to check the dimensional variation. So comparator is not measuring the actual dimension, it's checking or it defining what is the deviations from the actual dimensions. So the comparator which having a good gives the work on relative measurements, indicates how dimensional differences in relation to the basic dimension. It gives or it has a sensing device, magnifying or amplifying system and or a display system to provide suitable readout, eliminates human element in taking measurement and gives accurate result consistently. So in mass production, normally we are using comparator instead of linear measuring instruments. So how we are using this comparator? So this is one comparator. So for this we are setting a standard dimension based on the designer component dimension. So these standard dimensions are set by using slip gauges. So the pointer will lie at a 0. Then we are inserting workpiece below that pointer, below that needle or the contact surface of a comparator. Then we are checking the pointer movement. So the two red lines is showing that this is a tolerance zone, means it will be very difficult to measure or manufacture the part with the exact dimensions. There is a possibility that the dimension variation can be possible. So for that we are setting a tolerance zone. So if part is in between this tolerance zone, upper and lower limit of the part in which we'll get the tolerance zone, if it is in between this tolerance zone, then that part can be accepted. Or it is going beyond upper limit or below the upper limit or gap is more, then we are saying that the part which is not in tolerance limit, so we are rejecting. So here only we are checking that or inserting the workpiece in between work table and contact point of the comparator. There we are checking the pointer movement, either it is lying between tolerance zone or not. So the two red lines gives the two limits of a tolerance zone, and the green light gives this is the zone of a tolerance, and movement of the pointer must be lying in between these two red lines. So that defines the comparator. It is a precision instrument employed to compare the dimensions of a given component with a working standard like slip gauges. So indicates only dimensional difference in relation to the basic dimension. So the basic dimension is set by the standard, and based on that standard dimension, what is the difference or dimensional difference is getting for the workpiece, that will be set, and we have to check whether it is lying in between the tolerance zone or not. If it is not lying in between the tolerance zone, then that part is rejected, otherwise it is accepted. So to get a good comparator, we require following characteristics like robust design and construction. Like design and construction of a comparator should be robust so that it can withstand the effects of ordinary uses without affecting its measuring accuracy. How we are using that comparator, how we are inserting the workpiece, that will not affect the accuracy. Next, linear characteristics of scale, that recording or measuring the scale should be linear and uniform, that straight line character should be we are to get, and indication should be clear. Then high magnification, the magnification of comparator should be such that a smaller division in the size of component can be easily detected. So based on that smallest division, whether it is lying between tolerance zone or not, can be easily detected. For that we require high magnification for the comparator. Then quick in results, whenever we are inserting that workpiece, it should give a quick result. Like the indicating should be system should be such that the readings are obtained in least possible time. Then minimum wear of contact points. To measuring plunger should have hardened steel contact or diamond to minimize wear effects. Further, the contact pressure should be low and uniform. Then free from oscillations. The pointer should come rapidly to rest and should be free from oscillation. Whenever we are inserting the workpiece, the pointer will move. Once we remove the workpiece from that plunger, from the work table, the pointer should lie or it will again come back to the zero position easily, like there is no oscillations. Then free from backlash. System should be free from backlash and unnecessary friction, and it should have minimum inertia. Quick insertion of workpiece means should be provided for lifting the plunger for quick insertion of work. So we have to easily can we insert the workpiece and we can check the pointer movement. Adjustable table. The table of the instrument should be preferably adjustable in a vertical sense. Compensation from temperature effects. The indicator should be provided with a maximum compensation for temperature effects. So there will be no variation due to temperature change or environmental change. Means to prevent damage. Suitable means should be provided for preventing damage of the instrument in the event of the plunger moving through a greater distance than that corresponding to the range of its measuring scale. Then versatility. It is a measure that instrument should be designed that it can be used for wide range of measurements. So whatever the wide range of measurements, if the dimensions of the work component is changed, then it should be designed in such a way that whatever the wide range of measurements are there, for that we can use this one comparator. So this comparator we are using in different section, like laboratory standards. Comparators are used as a laboratory standard from which working or inspection gauges are set and correlated. We are using for working gauges. They are using working gauges to prevent work spoilage and to maintain required tolerance at all important stages of manufacture. We are using for final inspection gauges. Comparators may be used as a final inspection gauges where selective assembly of production part is necessary. Then receiving inspection gauges. As receiving inspection gauges, comparators are used for checking parts received from outside source. So whatever the parts which are received from the outside, for that we can use this comparator as a receiving inspection gauges. The last, for checking newly purchased gauges. The use of comparators enables the checking of the part which are components which are used in a mass production. So for that we can use this comparator for whatever the gauges which are used or newly purchased. So there we can use this comparator principle. So in this session we have seen why we need a comparator, what are its characteristics or requirements of a good comparator. So where we are using comparator, mostly in mass production where the identical parts are manufactured and where one dimensions we have to check, like height or width. So these height or width dimensions are set by the working standards. Normally we are using slip gauge, so that distance is set by this slip gauge, and based on that we insert the workpiece in between the plunger and table gap, and based on that whatever the pointer movement is there, is the pointer movement is lying between tolerance zone, then we select that part or accept that part. If that pointer movement is not lying in between the tolerance zone, then we are rejecting, or we can give that part to the rework based on the whatever the tolerance zone. If the pointer movement is more, then we are doing the rework, so the size of the part can be changed. If the gap is more, then we have to scrap it. So that things we have to take in mind whenever we are checking the dimensional variation by using the comparator. Then we have seen where we are using this comparator principle. So I hope you like this video. If you like it, please stay connected. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Click on bell icon to get more notification. If you want to cover any topic related to the same domain, then put that topic name in comment box. Thank you very much.